right of exclusivity. Okay, and if anybody gets anything else to this, it's, you know, good graces for anything. Now, we have one of the best attorneys in the business, and when one of the best attorneys in the business tells us that, hey, here is the solution, here is the way. It's not the norm. It's out of the norm. And it's a compromise. It's in between, you know, splitting it equally and not splitting it at all. And we come to that compromise where you said you agree to it. I don't see that on the comment for us.
I don't think Gio, you haven't said what is it exactly that you want to understand?
Right away, the way it stands, Mike is the big jump around.
Sure.
What
Mike,
is it you want to understand?
I want equality a little bit.
Equality.
Yeah. If I have to pay for everything 20%, why shouldn't I get it? I mean, that's the thing. If I'm backing an artist, this is a different thing.
Okay.
If I'm in a band,
I mean, I don't want to get
fine.
I don't think it's necessary to get into a 4-hour conversation.
Neither do I.
I mean, obviously the cheers have to make them
Sound effect.
The only thing I'm talking about is writers and share, the authorship and the publishing of the song. And, you know, I think that unless we're going to try to set a precedent, which I don't know what everybody in this band's willing to do, we have a serious, you know, block here. I think that what you should do, instead of going over on this again, is if you have an attorney, I mean, I'm willing to sign it, and I don't know about you, but I know these two are willing to sign it. If you think that it's unfair in any way, or you think you can get yourself any better deal, then take it to your attorney. Take it to your attorney.
It's still something that is between the five of us.
It is between the five of us, but
Well,
we're
we already know that
one
we have attorney that represents the 5 of us.
Yeah, but you just still, it doesn't matter. He's just telling you what the basic of the whole idea is. I want to go above it.
He was going above
You
that.
should have.
He was telling you that, he told us that the norm was that
There's still more you can do that.
Guys, I think you're wasting your time. I think there is only one thing here. We all agree on signing this, Gio. If you're backing up, now you misled us intentionally, and you lied to us. I think there's nothing to talk about. We have this piece of shit. If you don't like it, you want to change it. If we have to work in another one in the future, that's another thing. Now, if you're not going to sign it, and our manager is not going to start doing the things that he has to do, like releasing our single, you're going to be damaging us more than helping.
Yeah.
So
well, I want to get back to the point that
point
we already talked
this.
about. I know, but I just want to get back to one more point, and that's
Yeah, but
again, the thing that I said.
Point, because only you sign it or not sign it.
You know, Dan, there's
I know, but I'm just trying, hold on a second, I'm just
So what are you telling me? You tell me,
I'm trying
sign
to
it and play or sign it and don't play.
Gio, you've had...
I'm telling you, sign it and play. What do you mean? I'm telling you,
He's not trying to threaten you, he's trying to say,
I feel
listen, man.
that.
Gio, you've had 2 weeks to act on this contract.
Also,
It was handed to you to take
it
home.
was handed to you to take home and take.
And you said to me, not only when I told you what Owen told me, did you say that was fine, that seemed fair,
You say
but
that
then
was
you
fine,
said to
that
me,
was fine.
this was fine. Now, you sat there at my kitchen table and said that. You said that 2 weeks later now, 2 weeks of hard work and practice, and us trying to become a band, and now you're standing there and you're basically reneging. You are reneging on what you said. Saturday you said, I lost it. I said, I'll go home, I'll blah, blah, blah. You know, you just said nothing to stop. I mean, I believe you knew you didn't want to sign it, and you didn't want to say that.
Yeah,
you didn't want to talk about it like you said. I really feel quite simply that we signed this contract in lieu of having one drawn up by an attorney that's 6 pages long.
I better pay the $800.
Well,
That's how important it is to me.
Okay.
If we're as a band gonna spend $2 grand and have an attorney, that's what the attorney's for. That's the most important contract we will
But
ever.
Gio, this is not a...
By the way, just out of the blue, if a record company signs the band back and everything else is going to be redone anyway.
No, you're
No,
not.
it's not. See, that's the thing. You're wrong. That is a major. That has
That is
my
a major
signature on it.
contract. It's
Yes, it
legally
is.
binding. Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it is. But as different
If
things
that's
come our way,
stated- if
as
that-
different situations come our way, as different things in the music business come our way, that is going to need to be revised.
Yeah, but what happens is then later we want more cuts and all that. And Mike don't want to give them. All he has to do is get signed with another label
Gio,
and another band.
Gio, it says right in that...
This is a band that's not even, you know...
Gio, it says right in that contract that we're going to do a legally binding contract with an attorney at a later date. This is something that we have, so we have it now. You know, one of the reasons we have this is for exactly the reason that it is serving, you know, and that is if everybody signs this, then we know that everybody's intention, it's a letter of intent, that's the
We don't
first
get all
sentence
the
in it.
clubs in LA, this is this. You know, if we get all the clubs in LA, then we got another one coming.
All right.
It's a letter of intent. Do you intend to be in this band? If so, sign it. If you don't sign it. That's how I feel. I'm only speaking
Oh, but I don't
for
look
myself.
at it that way.
I think there's another option.
Well, you're gonna have to look at it that way.
That's the way it is.
Because you lied to me on Saturday, man.
Well,
You
I'm
cannot-
sorry.
You cannot. You are not sorry. I'm sorry because I waste my time listening to your lies, Gio. I'm sorry. You cannot lie to me. You don't do that, man. You don't lie to me saying that you left it, that you lost it, maybe it's something.
Wait, I didn't lie. I didn't lie.
Oh, yeah, you probably lost it because you don't want to take
No,
care of
I
it.
lost it.
Yeah.
That's up to you to believe me. In fact,
Okay,
you know,
well-
that kind of attitude, I wouldn't even want to play in the band.
Okay, well, that's,
You know, I mean,
that's
is that
very
your
obvious that you
attitude?
don't want to play in the band. Because you have
That's a negative royal in.
Gio, you led us to believe you were committed to this band.
I am.
I just want to play.
Well,
Just
why-
by not signing
no.
this doesn't say I'm not committed. I'm
Yes,
not
it does.
Yes,
I
It
think that's what I
does.
was saying though, Gio, it does because, you see, this is the one thing, I mean, it's just like you just said to me, and these two were out of the room. You just said to me,
You said that
you're
you
not
would.
even sure
You see?
if you're the right
Now,
member
if
for
you
this
don't, you're a
band.
liar.
Well, maybe
We don't want a
that's
liar
the
in
thing
the
that's
band
like, not
anyway.
make me feel, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe this is the thing that doesn't make me the right member.
Gio, let me
Well,
tell
maybe-
you one
Why
thing.
these maybes? Why can't it be specific?
Well,
Either
that's,
is
well,
or
the thing is,
I mean,
I want to divide it
let's
up
give
more.
you-
Gio, let me tell you one thing that,
Hold on one second. Can I ask you to look at it maybe one way or I mean, regardless, well, you know.
it's still the publishing, that's still the issue he's talking
But
about.
regardless
This is the
of-
only issue I'm talking
It
about.
seems like.
Well, he wants to share equally in songs that I wrote.
Your assumption is that this.
Or
band,
that we
no matter
wrote,
what,
like,
no matter
this is not an
what,
empty.
make it. You know, there's many bands out there, we don't know, we all believe so in our hearts, but you just don't know. But if you get past this level whatsoever, you can prove yourself in the music business 100%.
and that's a very good point. But I think Gio, I really think you're looking at this in a completely unrealistic manner because, I mean, if you feel that you can get a better share, or if you feel that you deserve a better share in this particular situation, I don't see how you're ever going to become part of any band because I don't know any band that the writer or writers share equally in all, you know, royalties.
You know,
When they get
we
to this
sat
level, I mean, maybe a garage band will say, hey guys, you know, we kind of do this thing together. We'll all give each other 25%.
If we sat around in a room like this and wrote the songs, then we would share equally. Anything less than that changes the distribution. I mean, one thing I can tell you that I think is, and I don't mean this to sound challenging, but I think it's just fairly absolute, that what that contract outlines as everybody's share of the songwriting, and it never names a writer. It says writer, writers, in, out of the band, whatever.
That's right.
What that contract outlines as a share, that's the biggest share you're going to get in the
Well,
click
look,
factor.
even when it comes to publishing, just with JJ in the band, he's going to get a bigger cut in publishing than I'm going to be, and I'm going to be the one slaving.
How is he going to get a bigger cut?
Isn't he the co-writer in a couple of songs?
He's going to get a writer's share.
Right, well, he's going to get a cut when he comes up front.
On just on this
But he wrote the
night.
song, what do you want?
Yeah.
You don't play the song anymore, he doesn't get shit. So you would just do something like that just to damage someone else instead of doing something for yourself?
I mean,
you're being too negative.
I think you're being very unrealistic.
Yeah,
And I don't think you'll find an intelligent attorney in this town that knows the music business that will support your position.
I also think that Gio's being severely attacked for size right here. You know,
Yeah, but Gio's had 2 weeks to not lead us down the primrose path.
I understand.
I thought Gio was our
I understand-
bass player.
I understand that, and I understand the frustration. I understand my frustration also and everything like that. What I'm trying to get through is just the benefits of being with this band outside of we making on MTV and everyone.
I'm sure Gio's well aware of that. I mean, I don't want to speak to you, Gio, but I don't think that's his particular concern.
But that's a
He
way
has
to
one
look at.
concern.
That's a way to look at it and sign the thing. Otherwise, I don't see the thing getting signed.
Gio wants credit for something he didn't do. He wants income from something he didn't earn.
But Gio can also write songs. I've heard.
But no, I'll tell you another thing, that's where I get lost. What happens if this band right now can create songs that are better than the songs that are around.
Then this band will play them like we play this in Notre Dame.
I think Mike would be against that.
Yeah, but we are a democracy and we all can vote for that.
Isn't it?
So if we have a song,
Hasn't it
Mike
been
is only
obvious-
one vote.
Yeah. Hasn't it
Like
been
you
obvious?
are one
How
vote.
many times have we
So-
said what he's saying? How many times have we said it's a democracy? How many times have I argued directly with Mike in front of you? How many times has Marcelo directly argued? Do you think Mike's the king of this fucking place? So what? He writes the songs, but he doesn't do anything without us.
Yeah.
We still, is this still a democracy? I'm playing my
get it.
songs. Marcelo, Marcelo, Gio, I'm playing my songs because Mike can write songs better than I can.
Gio, if this
He can write
band is a
songs
band
better
you
than
wanna
this guy,
be in,
and better than this guy,
let me-
so far.
Dan, let me make this point. If this is a band that you want to be in, then it is a band you want to be in that plays songs that I wrote. That is what existed when you came along. Now, what it becomes, I only have a certain amount of control over. But it is, if it's a band you want to be in, it's a band where Mike writes most of the songs. And if you don't like it that way, then it's not a band you want to be in. If you do like it that way, it is a band you want to be in. That's basically that is what the Click Factor is.
But if
Click
your
Factor
reason
is
for
built
not
on
wanting-
that.
But if your reason for not wanting to be in this kind of band is because he writes the majority of the songs, I think you're living in a fantasy world because there's always going to be bands. Not every band, has 4 or 5 writers who write exactly 25 or 20% of the songs. And unless there's that situation, they're never going to
I
share.
tell you, I also
Yeah,
don't
right,
think,
share.
I don't think it'd be
Wait a
easy.
second, you disagree with me there, but you're contradicting everything you're
Dan,
saying.
Dan,
What?
I don't think that you're going to find a band with a front man who writes the songs and is the lead singer, is in the position of potential power that I am, that is, I just can't believe you're going to find anybody that's any more giving and generous and sharing than I am. From day one, it was my idea not to have a backing band, but to be part of a band, an equal part.
Don't you feel, I feel like, I was just messing around with some chords at the beginning of practice today, and somebody said, hey, let's make a song. I would get some writership. Don't you feel like you can do that?
Of course,
Okay, and then you can get your writership, and then you can get more money, that kind of thing.
It's all up to, there's no law that says that every one of my songs,
You
the ones that
realize
get
that
played.
instead of not signing the contract, you should bring a song. That would be the right attitude. Instead of saying I don't want to sign the contract, you could say I'm starting to write this song. Do you guys like it? That would be a positive attitude, man.
I don't understand what you're really concerned. I think I'm hearing 2 things. Is it that you really think that the whole system's unfair and that every member of a band should be able to get equal share of the writer's credit? Or is it that you just don't like the fact that Mike writes most of the songs in his band?
No, not that.
Either way, they're both things that happen every single day in every single band. Right. So what is it? It's personal. So you think that, in spite of the fact that the whole industry is doing
If I
one
gotta
thing.
pay 20%, that actually get 20.
Do you think that
It's just a basic.
but do you think
Well, Gio,
bands like
that's
Guns N'
not gonna
Roses
happen.
and all of the bands that have made it, that have starved together and shared everything equally together, 20%, that they're sharing the writer's credit?
Molly Crude, Rat, yep.
They're only sharing writer's
Gio,
credit when they write.
the writers share the writer's credit.
The writers share the writer's credit. They all say they wrote the song if it says Motley Crue at the bottom of the song.
You've been in this
Nikki
band
Sixx
2
wrote
weeks
the
and you're
Motley Crue
kicking
song.
about not getting a share of songs that you didn't have anything to do with writing. You're complaining that JJ is and he's not in the
By me
band.
being in a band, you're gonna get $50,000 up front, and I'll be sitting with $1,500. You told me that the other day. I can't.
Yeah, that was when you should have objected.
I did.
No, you didn't. When we sat in my place, I told you, I broke it down into figures because I didn't want you to misunderstand it. I wanted you to know. But let's just cut through all this. If you want a bigger share of the writing, you are in the wrong band because I'm not giving any more of my writing away. I wrote the songs. I will write songs with you guys. Well, obviously, we have to get what we're doing as good as we can. Then we'll have some luxury time and we'll start worrying about new songs. There are people who think we can get everything we want with the songs we're doing. Unfortunately, they're to my credit mostly. But I'm not giving away a bigger part of them because nobody deserves a bigger part of them.
That's the only point I'm making.
Right, okay, I agree with that. Okay, I understand that. That's not
You
right.
understand?
I understand it, but I'm back to the point where I'm paying 20% of the band.
Right.
All the
Now,
expenses
that's also part of my point.
Now
So
what?
you put 250,000 up front, you're gonna get 1,500. And that's where you're having a big problem or whatever. And my only point is, think maybe look at it a different way. If he gets 50,000 from somewhere, that means this band is at a different level. And you are running into people in business all the time, you connect with people all the time. Not that you run out on this band, but you will have a lot of opportunities that you will never have in sitting around playing the bass somewhere in bars or whatever. You will be into the business. And that's all it is in this business. being hooked up, you know that.
And Gio, when we're out on the road and I'm the guy that's asked every morning to go to a radio station and do an extra 3 hours work, and I'm getting 20% of what we're all getting for being out on the road, I'm not going to complain, but I'm going to be doing more work. Because you cannot get that kind of perfection and equality. I just think you try to get credit for what